The Big Store is a Marx Brothers comedy film / musical. So I've actually seen a few Marx Brothers movies. One of my favorites is Room Service. Also like Duck Soup and A Day at the Races. But this one is part of a 2-disc collection. So I just watched it because it's there. This one was pretty bad. There's like 3 really long musical numbers in this movie. Doesn't have much of a story. It's 80 minutes long, but it kind of feels like there's no story, so they try to pad it out with the musical numbers. But the plot is basically Groucho plays a Flywheel. He is a private detective with an assistant, and he's hired to basically protect a man who inherits half of a department store. So they're at the department store, and the man is also a professional singer. He has his best friend, played by Harpo, and basically the villain is the man's future father-in-law, who's trying to like have him killed with thugs. But there's not much. There's no story, and if you don't have story, you don't have gags. There's no like memorable parts of this movie except for maybe the last 20 minutes has this really over-the-top cartoonish chase, which is interesting, but it's not like well choreographed or anything. There's no laughs. There's no like. It's just basically people running around a department store in roller skates, and yeah. So the Big Store is just it does have Margaret in it, and yeah, the movie's just kind of like nothing really happens really. It's just they have this big chase and it doesn't really matter. So I give it a 5 out of 10. Go West is the other disc, the other part of the the double feature. Go West is the movie that I actually wanted to check out, though. It is basically about people going west for the gold rush, and yet the Marx Brothers get involved in basically a land deal scheme. There's 2 feuding families that are trying to fight over selling their piece of property to a railroad, and the deed gets given to one of the brothers, and he loses it in a bar. So this movie also lacks a plot. Besides going after the deed, there's not much else in terms of story or gags. There's a great train chase at the end. So the only reason why I rate this one a little bit higher than The Big Store is because I really like westerns, and they play up the funness of the western sets. There's a train chase, saloon gunfights, there's you know, guns in general. But overall, yeah, the Go West feels like another movie that's really low on plot, and you know, they don't really do too much with the guns or anything, or the horses. There's no really great set pieces that are super memorable, but the set design's really nice. Yeah, so I give Go West a 6 out of 10.